you love checking out new products before you buy them, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel, and this video is part of my favorite YouTube series, New and Must-Have Crafty Supplies. And in fact, this is the last New and Must-Have Crafty Supplies video for 2022. I also have a giveaway today, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video to hear all about how to enter to win. This will also be the last D-Stash giveaway of the year. In New and Must-Have Crafty Supplies videos, I like to go through the new product section, try out some new products, and share the ones that I love with you. Just so happened that when I was scrolling through the new product section, Simon Says Stamp had a new release with their exclusive products, and I had to grab a few of them. So in today's video, you're gonna see a heat embossing tool, 2 different types of specialty cardstock, sentiment strips, and more. First, let's check out the new supplies that I grabbed this month. Here are all the new products that I'm going to share today, and I'm super excited about all of them, so let's jump right in and take a look at each of them. This is the Simon Says Stamp Hot Hands. So this is an embossing tool that you can use anytime you are heat setting or embossing, heat embossing, anything like that. You can use this tool to hold your paper. This is the Simon Says Stamp Color Blend Cardstock. Now this is a glossy finish cardstock on the front. On the back, it does have a paper finish, but you can see it has the look of ink blending so that you don't even have to do any of that work. I love the paper back, which makes it easy to adhere to other things. You can die cut this. You can even stamp and heat emboss on this, but you would have to use specialty ink if you're not heat embossing. This is the Simon Says Stamp Pawsitively Velvet. Here's another specialty cardstock, and it is a true velvet feel on the front. I love the colors of blues. Again, it has a nice paper backing, which means it's easy to adhere to other aspects of your card. So again, these could be die cut. I'm going to show you how you can actually dry emboss on them as well, and they're absolutely beautiful. And you can see with my nail, I'm not even removing the velvet, so it's not just lightly adhered to the front. It is really part of the cardstock, which means it's going to last and look nice. These are the Simon Says Stamp Birthday Celebration Sentiment Strips. You've seen me feature these before in other videos. I love sentiment strips. This is a new birthday design. These are the Doodlebug Designs Puffy Shapes. I like how you get 3 different sizes and 3 different colors in one set. This is the Simon Says Stamp CZ Design Basic Trio Dies. I love Kathy Zielski's clean and simple style, and these dies help you achieve that with really clean fonts. I like the size of these because they will fit really well with an image or on their own. Next up are the Simon Says Stamp Make-A-Wish dies. I like this set because it has a shadow and the 3 words all cut out in one. I love when you don't have to line up the words yourself. As always, I don't want to just show you a bunch of product, I want to show you those products in action. So let's use those supplies to make some cards. So for this card, we're going to use that Make-A-Wish die. I cut the shadow out of that color blend cardstock, so you can see 2 different colors at least on that shadow, and then I cut the Make-A-Wish out of the Pawsitively Velvet, so it has a nice tactile feel to it. It just looks fuzzy and warm and cozy, and just that bright blue color just makes me happy. So I trimmed down the color blend to about 4 by 5 1/4, maybe a little bit smaller, so that I could mat it on some cardstock. And then I'm going to use some liquid adhesive behind the Make-A-Wish. Again, because those 3 words are connected, it makes it really easy to line up on the shadow, especially if you use a little bit of liquid glue where you can slide it around. And then I'm going to use a few pieces of foam tape to pop up the whole sentiment. And that is enough as it is. Between the color blend and the velvet, there's just so much going on with that simple design. But I'm going to just cut down one of the sentiment strips to use underneath the Make-A-Wish, and it says happiest wishes to you. And last but not least, I am going to add some of those Doodlebug hearts. I love the sizes that they come in. They're perfect for surrounding a sentiment like this. So this this card ends up clean and simple, but with so many interesting elements between the color blend, the velvet, and the puffy hearts. Okay, next I'm going to use the Hugs die and a different piece of the color blend cardstock. You can see I cut the Hugs die 5 times out of the color blend, and then on the other end of that color blend cardstock, I cut out 2 strips of the cardstock so that you can see the gradient of color from light to dark on both. And I'm going to use some liquid glue to adhere down these Hugs dies. So we have a whole line of them in the different colors. I like to go the top, the bottom, then the center, and then fill in between. That helps me keep them as straight as possible, although I can tell the bottom one is a little off. That's okay. This won't be noticed once you add your lines, and it's a very clean and simple card, but so much fun and so easy to create. Just die cut and adhere down. This time I cut 3 hellos out of a piece of the color blend cardstock, and then I cut 2 strips of the Pawsitively velvet. Wanted to mention those scissors. I love those fine tip scissors from Simon Says Stamp, and I will link to them down below in the YouTube description box under the video. So again, I'm using liquid glue to adhere the 3 hellos, and I'm going to have 2 lines of velvet between the top and the middle, and then the middle and the bottom. Again, I am just creating these fun, clean and simple designs with die cuts and strips of cardstock. But because they're specialty cardstock, it still makes the card interesting. And then one of each color of the largest hearts will complete this card with a little bit of dimension. Did you know that you can dry emboss on your color blend cardstocks? Yes, that glossy cardstock looks phenomenal if you use something like a Spellbinders 3D embossing folder. I am still loving the universal plates. I use them all the time with my Spellbinders 3D embossing folders. They run through easily, perfectly, and give you all of that deep embossing to create that 3D look. And check it out, the shiny, glossy finish, the gradient of color and the embossing. I think that combination looks amazing. Now I'm going to cut out that Thanks die out of white fun foam and out of a piece of the color blend cardstock, adhere those together, and that will easily pop up that Thanks die, and it will just give it just enough pop off that background so that it really still stands out. I think just one heart on this one will really finish off this card. I love that embossed background. I will link to that embossing folder down below as well because it is one of my new favorites. While we're talking embossing, I thought it'd be fun to try and emboss the Pawsitively velvet sheet, and check that out. So not only do you have that tactile feel of the velvet, but you also have the 3D embossing, and this is another one of my Spellbinders favorites. It's very versatile, just those puffy dots look great behind a lot of different cards. So I did die cut the Make a Wish out of a Pawsitively velvet piece, and I am popping it up on that white fun foam again. And then I cut the shadow out of white cardstock and cut one of the sentiment strips down, and I'm just going to add a few of the puffy hearts. So just a few different purchases pulled together can really make a bunch of different cards quickly and easily. This is not a new product, but it is new to me, and I love this Sincere Thanks sentiment stamp set from Catherine Pooler with lots of great sub-sentiments and 2 different large thanks sentiments. So I'm going to stamp at the top and the bottom the 2 different large thanks sentiments on a piece of the color blend cardstock. Yes, it is glossy, so I would use a stamp positioner to get that Versamark perfect on the background. I would also use lots of anti-static powder, and then if you have any spots like I did, you can stamp it again once it's cool and dry. Be sure to use that hot hands to hold that up so that you don't burn your hands anymore with heat embossing. And then I die cut the Thanks sentiment out of some Pawsitively velvet, and I'm going to place that right in the center and mat the whole thing on some gold metallic cardstock. Again, super, super clean and simple, but lots of interest going on there. I've been trying to remember to add a product that I'm still really loving that I featured previously, and I am still really loving the Heffy Doodle alcohol marker friendly cardstock. It comes in this nice pack. It is an A5 size and it is bright white. I love how smooth it is. It really blends beautifully. There's no bleeding, and I used it in a video recently with my new favorite alcohol markers, which are the Ohuhu dual tips with a brush tip and a fine point. So I'm going to link to that video up in the right hand corner here. Now for the giveaway. This giveaway is a D-stash giveaway. So I have a large USPS priority box stuffed full of ink pads, gently used stamps and dies. There's die cuts, there's all kinds of things. I think there's even a couple of foil plates in there. So I will just pack it until I can't pack it anymore. If you have a US address, be sure to enter the Google form, which is in the YouTube description box below the video. Please be careful of spammers replying to your comments. They've even been known to take my photo and reply directly to you. So please beware of any replies that do not have my name in them. I also will never ask you to pay for a giveaway. That is why I limit my giveaways to the United States, except for my big milestone giveaways. We are so close to 30,000, so please share this video, share other videos, share my channel, and we'll get there, and then I'll do a gift card giveaway that everyone can enter. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.